What is up everyone, Tyler here, and I'm back with another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Tyler, also known as Tyler T. I own a G35 as of now. In the previous video, I recently sold my wheels, and I thought I'd share my story of my stance with you guys. The car has been through so many different stages, and I really want to go over with it with you guys because a lot of you guys joined in maybe in the middle or later than others. I feel like there's a lot to learn if you're new to cars and new to the stance game. I am by no means an expert. All I really want to do is help anyone in need of it. Maybe you could learn from my mistakes or my doings. So yeah, let's get started with my Instagram and what is public, because I have a lot of stuff that's archived that you guys cannot see. Here we are. Okay, you can see now, this is my Instagram. There's not really a lot of photos. It's because most of them are gone, but you see at the very beginning, it is black and white. That is, I would say that was the start of something new. It's crazy because I remember that moment in my life. That's when I went through a breakup and I was miserable. You could really tell through that stage of my car, actually. Nothing was really going right. Anyways, I would consider that the emotional G. Moving a little bit up, you could see that I have RPF 1s and stock wheels. I chose that stage because it was when I was adventuring all around California. I literally brought that thing everywhere. This section of my feed I would consider the adventure G. It's crazy because I don't even drive it every day anymore. I rarely drive it. At that point in time, I was bringing that thing everywhere. The latest stage of my G35 is with the RPF 1s. You guys may have already seen it before in recent videos. Those wheels served its purpose. It was really a temporary wheel to get around, and it had decent specs for the time being. Now we're gonna bring it back around 3 years ago. This is when I first got the G, or maybe 3.5 years. Let's say that. It was completely stock. I had no idea what I was doing. So there was coils, camera kit, and wheels. They were not fitted at all, as you can see from this Instagram post. Oh my god, that's some terrible fitment. I didn't even think about wheel size or tire size, so whatever the tire shop put on is what I got. Man, that was a bad decision. A little while later, I wanted to address the fitment by a tiny bit. I got some tires that fit the wheels sort of nicely. I mean, my mindset now is completely different than before. Essentially, it was the flush fitment that most people go for nowadays, I'd say. And it's so weird how I thought I had very good fitment. Now that I look at it, it's alright. Can't blame myself. I was told the wrong specs when I got the wheels first of all. This was when my front lip was literally 2 fingers from the ground. I don't know why I would do that. I mean, my bumper right now is like a foot. To be honest, I don't even care about being that low bumper wise because I kind of don't really want to paint my bumper again if I scratch it up. This photo was from my old outro. The lip, you can see it's pretty low. Overall, it was a pretty clean look for a kid that didn't know what he was doing. The next post, I feel like this was when I started getting my hands dirty on suspension, messing around with it, even though it would throw off my alignment, and I'd need to get a new one. This was when I got the ESRs. To get my car how I wanted it in this photo, I got more camber, more stretch, and more low. Literally, I didn't know what I was thinking because when my suspension would compress, my quarter panel and the lip of the wheel would hit, which is pretty stupid. I don't see why anyone would do that. Unless you have stiff ass spring rates and you're all good. On this setup, I was on 19s and I was feeling like I needed a bit of a change because my fenders were messed up and I felt like the wheels looked too big. So I switched to 18s up front. 18-19 staggered. I don't know why. I felt the urge to do it. This stage of the car, I pretty much went for function. It was pretty high and the rear I lessened the camber. The overall car sat higher and I drove it every day. Oh my god. That car was a dream to drive at that height. That was also the time where I changed the look of the car because a hit and run. I got a sports bumper and I cut the diffuser, painted the trunk, little things like that. Oh, and upper control arms. Those were cut Megan control arms. If you guys are wondering, that's how I got the camber. Here's a little bonus photo, the G with the stock wheels. My car looks like this right now. It's kind of different. This is a look that I could always fall back on. Finally, we're at the last two stages of the car. They both had RPF 1s on, but two different routes of going with camber. So the first route, I went with shore and upper control arms, but my spring was hitting the knuckle or the spindle. That got kind of annoying, and I had to run a 50 mil spacer to even fit the wheel on. Although if you want to go with a bit cheaper route and getting the look you want, I think it's a good route to go. I heard some people along with that cut the spindle to allow more room. On the other hand, I went kind of the more pricey route. I went with the PBM angle kit and regular upper control arms ISR. I don't hit at all anywhere, thank goodness. The car is literally perfect and ready to slide whenever I want. I really don't feel like it's the time as of now. I'm gonna eventually, but you could give me shit for not doing it. I guess that brings us to the current state of the G. It's been through a lot. I'd say with any car, trial and error is your best option, whether it's from you or someone else and you're asking them a question. It's a good way. That's a good way too, learning from others. I think that helps a lot. A lot of people always ask the specs, I mean, there'll be times even where you have this dream wheel, but it's not the specs that you want, and you know you're never gonna find that kind of a deal again. And you buy the wheel. From there, it's on you about going and trying to fit the wheel how you like it. With that said, if you need any help with stance or fitment, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. I'll be here for you guys. Sadly, no cars in this video. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next video.